Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm your host, Mika Frankl, and we're joined right now by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor, not to mention guy owns a plethora of black belts, William Kevin Carpenter. Thank you for the time, sir. He's joining us from Training For Warriors, the new home of Albuquerque Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me, Micah.
Always a pleasure. We got a lot to talk to, including, man, it's been quite a while since I've got to talk to you because I remember you had a gym, kind of closed it down. You were doing some smaller seminars, and then that led to something much bigger. Pick up the story for me, please.
Well, I was Albuquerque Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from the beginning, and I ran that gym for many years and kept it going. A great, successful MMA team, good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition team. And I'd done it for quite some time. I kind of wanted to step away and focus on training coaches, kind of perfect my craft and think about my program and what I was going to do to separate myself a little bit from everybody else. So I kind of wanted to step away from every day running a gym, building a gym, and kind of travel a little bit and look at other opportunities with my martial arts, At that point in time, when I retired, from running ABQ BJJ, I was approached by Greg Jackson to come over and run a program for him for tap out martial arts. And that's what I did. I traveled and I coached coaches for tap out and for Mr. Greg Jackson. And I had a blast. It was like college for martial arts for me. I really learned a lot about running a gym, how to be a better coach, how to work with coaches, and how to write programs.
How big of an adjustment was that going from teaching students for, defense and competition purposes to going to training instructors for the purpose of handing that knowledge down?
It was very hard for me personally because I'm a bit of a control freak, right? And I didn't have much control of that. I was there to do a job and do my best at it. So I had to let go of a lot of what I thought was the best way to do things. And it really opened my eyes to a lot of better ways. It helped me to be a better coach and to be a better businessman and a lot of other things. It was really beneficial for me. I was extremely grateful for the opportunity.
And I know that opportunity also afforded you the opportunity to see a lot of the country that you hadn't previously.
Absolutely. And that gave me a chance to really appreciate Albuquerque, all the gyms we have here and how great we are. Let me tell you, when I traveled around, and I'm not putting any of these other states down, but I learned how good we are here. We're a fighting town, and every team we have here is pretty darn good. And I got a huge appreciation for everybody here and what we had accomplished. I was very proud of Albuquerque when I saw everybody else and kind of how we compared. It made me feel good about this place.
So you're there, you're working with Tap Out, you're traveling, you're opening gyms and training trainers to make these facilities functional. At that point, where were your goals at?
Well, my goal was to improve the program. I was there to help the Jackson's MMA program and to really, pass on that knowledge and just find the best way to do it, the best avenue, the best tool to get it done. I really found that, for me, it gave me the opportunity to not only learn how to work with coaches in particular, but to write programs, for Tap Out. I was also writing some kickboxing programs and some other programs that were particular to fitness, a little bit different from MMA, not necessarily Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kind of step outside the box, and that was something that they afforded me through Tap Out. Through Greg.
At what point, I guess, would you say you got homesick and decided that you were going to relocate back to New Mexico?
Well, to be honest, my father passed away. And when my father passed away, I decided I was going to come back here. And my goal was to build a gym here and kind of not necessarily teach for profit. You got to make some money and pay the rent, but to teach for the love of the art. I thought that would be the ultimate goal. And I'm still kind of on that path. Right now, I'm here at TFW Albuquerque. I came here just to kind of do a little bit of private teaching and do a few things. And it turned into, a little program, which turned into a bigger program, which is now a full Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program for kids and adults.
So, well, you already killed the lead right there. How did it start? Because we know we can't get you away from martial arts, but to let everybody know, when you did relocate back here, there was a point where, and you do now professionally, you work outside of martial arts. This isn't a full-time thing. So how long were you away from martial arts?
So I would say that I took a solid year off completely from building gyms, martial arts, training, coaches, and I did a little bit of private teaching. Of course, I still do my thing here and there, but I really stepped away from what I love most, you know, and for a couple different reasons. I think I really needed to focus, put a few ideas together, and decide which direction I wanted to take, you know, and that's kind of what led us here.
Every fire starts with a little spark. What was the spark?
You know, I've had a spark since I was about 6 years old, and that was Mr. Bill Packer. That's where I started, you know, and the story is I called him one day and I said, hey, you know, I'm looking to get a black belt. And I had called many other gyms in this town. I think I was 6 years old, and my parents said, you want to learn, you know, get the phone book and call around. And Mr. Bill Packer said, well, it's going to take you 10 years to get a black belt. I said, I can't wait 10 years. You know, I'm a little kid. I get my black belt tomorrow. And he said, well, you're going to have to wait 10 years. You know, if that's what you want, you come down, see me, and you can go through the program. You can earn it. And I walked there. I met Mr. Bill Packer. I signed up. And 10 years later, I had a black belt.
And you've had a lifetime of martial arts, many different martial arts. You took this year off. When you took that year off, before you now restart this new program, was that refreshing? Was it something that you needed?
Yeah, it really was. I had, you know, as a gym owner, it's one thing to be, in my opinion, to run a business that's like a shoe store where you're selling a product that's not quite so personal. You know, when you run a business such as a gym, you know, especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, but typically you're the product. Everything's kind of personal, you know, and it can be draining. Your mentor, coach, big brother, marriage counselor, father, you know, you're lots of different things. And so I just needed some time to really clear my head and remember how much I really love, you know, the gift that I was given.
What led you to Training for Warriors, and what made it the right time to reopen ABQ BJJ where you are?
You know, I always said that when the time was right, I would reopen. I would do something again. And so I was just kind of waiting for the right field, the right opportunity, the right place, the right atmosphere, the right crowd. And I was asked to come to Training for Warriors to work with a couple people here privately and to train them specifically. And it worked out great. And I really appreciate the opportunity I was given. So.
Now, talk to us a little bit about the program right now. We know that you're just starting it again, a couple days a week. Give me some more details.
Sure. Well, we originally started with just 1 day a week. And shortly that progressed to 2 days a week. And that's kids and adults. And then we were asked to do a third day a week. So now we've got a full program. We're doing 3 days a week. And we have super competitive prices. I think the best prices in town, to be honest. You know, I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And we've got, for kids and adults, we're doing Mondays, 4:30 to 5:30 for kids, 5:30 to 6:30 for adults. Thursdays is the same, 4:30 to 5:30 for kids, 5:30 to 6:30 for adults. And on Saturdays, we have a great class from 10:30 to 12:30 for adults and 12:30 to 1:30 for kids. So you're getting 3 classes, which is 3 hours a week. So you're getting 12 hours of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu a month, which is a pretty solid program.
We're not going to have William repeat it. He's only saying it once. But if you didn't catch all of it, write it down fast enough. There is a website with some cool merchandise available, just abqbjj.com.
Yeah, absolutely. We brought back a lot of the original clothing line. People wanted to see the original brand back that I started many years ago. Albuquerque Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu was started in the 90s, and it's been around a long time. It was, in my opinion, I believe it was the first real Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu academy, solid academy here in town. There were some other coaches, great coaches, but I think that was the first real gym for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here. And so I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of the brand. I'm proud of the people that helped me get there. Everybody, every other gym in this town and all of what Albuquerque has accomplished has helped me to become more successful.
What does it mean to you to continue that legacy and to build the legacy of your brand?
Well, to be honest, that's all I'm going to leave behind. You know, I've got some wonderful kids that are going to do great work in this world, my 2 children, but my gift was, in my opinion, the ability to teach. And so you can't take it with you. You know, it means everything to me to be able to pass on my knowledge and to hopefully be able to give other people the ability to continue to pass that on. And my brand it's a brand, I'm proud of it, you know, but it's really the techniques and my system that I think will carry on for